Hello everyone. Welcome to the release show of Ludo. I'm going to wait a little while for everybody to come in. The EP is now live on Bandcamp. Definitely shoot me a message in the live chat just to make sure that the sound is okay and just say hello and everything. Checking in. Hi Liz. Hi Rachel. Welcome. Just making sure that you can hear me okay. We're going to wait for more people to come in. Hi Hannah, thank you for letting me know. That's fantastic. Oh wow, Wolf is here. Hi everyone. Welcome to the release show of Ludo. Check out the Bandcamp, which is now live. This is just unbelievably exciting for Drew and I, and we are so happy right now. I'm going to wait maybe another 3 or 4 minutes to... oh, Harley is here. Hello. I'm going to wait a little bit longer for some more folks to pour in. Thank you, Wolf. Yeah, we are really excited about this. I'm going to explain the piece for those who are unfamiliar with it, and then I'm going to play 3 different playthroughs of it this morning for you, after which we'll hop into Zoom and you can talk to us about it, share your thoughts, ask us questions, anything like that. I am very stoked as well. Yes, I agree, Harley. I regret to inform everyone that we almost let Rosie into the room today, but she really had insisted on singing along with the piece, so for now she is banished. But this is not a score for cats, only for pianists, at least for now. If Drew wants to make a cat version, that's on her. It'll be a fantastic re-release. Welcome. Check out the Bandcamp. Oh, just a quick run through of what's in the YouTube description. Of course, the first one is going to be the Zoom after the show, which everyone is super welcome to. I also have a link to the actual pictures of today's 3 playthroughs of the score, if you'd like to try to follow along. It's a graphic score. I'll explain how to follow along with it. Might not be the easiest thing in the world, but if you'd like to do that, please do. Of course, I also have the link to the Bandcamp release, which is live as of now. So if you're interested in any of that, please check it out. And yes, Ludo for Cats coming soon. Confirmed. You heard it here first. This is just fantastic news for cats the world over.
I'm trying really hard not to laugh and ruin your live stream.
You're not going to ruin it whatsoever. We're all here to celebrate Ludo for Cats. Okay, I think I can begin in just a moment. I'm going to wait 1 more minute. Of course, there is a small delay for me, so if you type something in and I don't respond right away, it's not just me being super rude. I hope that nobody can hear the lawnmower in the background outside. Someone's really mowing their lawn today, but that's okay. It's just part of the experience. Okay, I think I'm going to officially begin. Welcome everybody to the 3rd and final live stream of Ludo. This is also the EP release show, so please check it out on the Bandcamp, which is in the YouTube description. LUDO is a graphic score written by my good friend Drew Corey, who's here in the chat for me. It was actually amazingly developed specifically to go with my style of piano playing, my own style of piano composition. It was developed as a collaborative process where together Drew and I attempted to distill sum up all the various techniques that I gravitate to in my compositions and redesign them as only 8 different patterns or shapes that are put onto 13 different cards. So each of these patterns and shapes implies a specific type of piano technique, but the way in which I reinterpret that shape into music is highly, highly, highly variable. If anyone is unfamiliar with graphic scores to begin with, let me show you what they can look like. Instead of looking like traditional notation, they'll actually look often like this. Literally symbols, patterns, designs. Hope that you can see it okay on here. Each of these symbols, in this case, implies a different type of piano technique for me to play. Now, as I'm going through here, I have 8 different options. I have ornamentation, which is just like little blips and blops of sound, although of course that could take many different forms. I have static motion, which is like a straight line. I have heavily ornamented scalar motion, which is moving up and down on the piano, but with lots of ornamentation and notes. I have regular scalar motion, which is just a straight line but going diagonally in some direction. I also have cloud-like motion, which looks like a cloud of dots. And did I leave any out? Yes, arpeggiated motion, which looks like basically a dotted line, like these, as well as a heavily ornamented arpeggiated motion, which looks like this. Now, I can describe what those various things mean in a little bit more detail in the Zoom Q&A, for sure. So as I'm moving through these cards, reinterpreting these symbols into music, I also have 2 sort of hidden rules that provide a sense of structure within the piece. One of them is temporal, and one of them is spatial. Once I begin playing any one of the given cards, I have to make sure that 2 things remain consistent throughout that playthrough of said card. One of them is the timing. For example, if it takes me, say, 10 seconds to move through this much of it, then it'll have to take me 10 seconds to move through the next amount of the same length, and 10 seconds for the next amount of the same length. However, if this takes me a full 2 minutes, let's say a third of the card, then the whole card altogether will be around 6 minutes. And I make those decisions on the fly. The other decision is spatial. So, for example, if these groupings of notes right here only span, let's say, an octave, then all of this will be within that octave. If this here is very, very low on the piano following that, then these will have to be even lower than that. In other words, I create the spatial, the space that I take up on the keys as I go in the cards. It has to remain consistent. If this here, the lowest point on the card, is middle C, then that will be the lowest note on this card, and so on. So, if anyone has any further questions about the score, please ask us questions about it in the Q&A after the 3 playthroughs of this morning. Without further ado, I'm going to move my laptop over to a good angle for the actual playthroughs here. Give me just 1 second to set that up. And then I will begin. And if you'd like to follow along with each one of these 3 playthroughs, the link for that is also in the YouTube description. I'm going to move it back just a pinch. Yes, you can also absolutely ask questions or write comments in the chat as we go. I just want to make sure we're at a good angle for this. Okay, welcome. This is the Ludo EP release show, playthrough number 1. that was playthrough number 1. For those who are just tuning in, thank you very, very much for those comments. I love that. For those who are just tuning in, if you check out the description in the YouTube Live, you'll find a link to the 3 playthroughs of this piece for today. I'm just going to be beginning playthrough number 2 right now. I understand that this is a non-traditional score, so it can be sometimes tough to follow along with it, but I will explain the process a lot more in the Q&A with Drew after this. So this is now playthrough number 2 of Ludo for the EP release show. Check out the link, also in the YouTube description. And I also, really quickly, before I do this second playthrough, want to give 2 major shout-outs. One to Ariana Stultz for doing the incredible album art, and another to Alex Monasterio for the unbelievably nice mixing and mastering job. This is Ludo playthrough number 2. That was LUDO playthrough number 2. For those who are just joining, you can follow along with the third and final playthrough if you check out the link in the YouTube description. You'll see there's going to be a set of 3 photos that you can click through. Welcome, Glenn. It's wonderful to see you. Once again, thank you all for the really fascinating comments. Wow, this is just fantastic. I am now going to be beginning playthrough number 3 of LUDO. The final playthrough of the final show of the new graphic score written by Drew Corey. Thank you all very, very much for joining us for this EP release show of LUDO. I love sharing this piece. It's just as much of a sense of play and exploration as it is for me each time as it might be for a listener. We are now going to move to Zoom. You can find the Zoom link right in the YouTube description. It's the first thing. Please join us, tell us your thoughts, ask us any questions you have, and I cannot wait to see you there. Just a moment. Thank you.